I'm pleased to say I'm joined by the one and only, the crazy Callum Smiles. Callum, how you doing?
I think the police went to the wrong house today. They were probably meant to come to mine.
We were looking for you. Although you've been having a few conversations with the police yourself lately.
I mean, yes, I've. Let's just say the French police are a lot more awake than ours, and actually they're very open. As much as they can be, they are much more open about their beliefs than ours are.
Really?
So, yes.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and not only is it interesting, for me it's encouraging.
Yeah.
You know, when I never expected to be in the back of a police car in France.
Right, pause, because
all right.
Let's find out what you did. Let's start with your first video. You guys will find out why I think he's crazy. The sound on this one, right?
Literally as I expected. They are now.
Same t-shirt.
So it was a trafficker's car. And they are... I don't know if you can see behind me. Can I zoom that in? That is a migrant boat. Now, they were waiting for that plane to disappear. Now, what they're doing is... well, the plane is doing a loop. It's gone... Actually, the plane is coming back around. The plane is now up there. And they're actually coming towards me. This could go wrong. But how interesting. So
We're about to get kidnapped by some illegal immigrants.
Well, about 5 seconds after, the Albanians were mad.
Really?
No picture, no picture.
You were like, yes, picture, yes, picture.
Well, actually, for one of the first times ever, I thought, oh, I think my luck's run out.
Yeah. So were you genuinely scared?
A bit concerned, because whilst there's only one boat there, there's about 300 migrants trying to get in it.
Wow.
I thought, oh crap.
How do they do that? Do you know? Is there a ticketing system?
Yes, they literally buy tickets onto the boat. But I mean, if there's only so that boat came in the back of a car, most probably from Belgium. Apparently, a lot of the traffickers now, they literally, because the Belgian border on a good drive is about 45-50 minutes away. It's not too far, and they I filmed the trafficking vehicle going into the park
Right.
after they made the phone call, and knew they were going to be coming out. I actually thought they were going to be coming out to the right, and when they came on that side, that's when I went, oh no, I think I'm in the flight path now.
Oh, I see. So what happened after you saw this? What did you call the police? Or?
So I called the police. I literally called the police.
What's the police number in France?
What 999's universal?
Oh.
Yeah, it's because part of me thought, oh, what's there like 101? But I thought actually 101 can take up to like 10 minutes in the UK. I'll thought a crime has been committed, and I don't want to see these on my shores.
Yeah.
So yeah, 999,
right.
and they were there within 3 minutes. To
Really? Wow.
So they literally because that plane that was going over ahead, it's one of their border force planes. So I went on flight radar, and it was a French border force plane. So they were basically hurrying to get in, because as soon as I made the call as well, quite soon after, you could hear the sirens, and yeah, they were running, trying to get into the water, and because when the police arrived, they got the boat in the water. And they only managed to get 20 people on, because literally the police were getting, thought, just got to get this away.
Wow.
And fortunately, they were going against the tide and the wind. It kind of came back towards the shore. Other migrants then tried to get in the water to get on. French police got in the water and flashed it.
Wow, that's amazing. So
and that boat was stopped.
You stopped a boat. You stopped an illegal boat from crossing the channel.
Callum Smiles,
Well done.
defender of the realm.
Yes. So what happened to the criminals?
Well, so that's the thing. It's because when you literally just look at that, everyone looks different but the same. Like they all look like they're just part of the rabble. So it's really hard to find who the trafficker is. I did, however.
No, I meant all of them are criminals.
Oh yes, well, so they're all criminals because they're trying to break in the country illegally. However,
the police want the smugglers.
The police want the smugglers. Smugglers, and at the end of the day, getting on a boat isn't a crime, which is the sort of problem we have. Because they're all criminals, but getting the traffickers is the issue. But hopefully I managed to help them try and find one, because I took a note at the time, followed that car back, couldn't get a good enough picture of the reg, annoyingly, but got a good enough picture of the car.
Look at you just following.
I know, yeah. I felt like
smugglers and
like a modern Sherlock Holmes.
But it just shows it can be done if there's political will to do something about it.
Or rather, it can be done if there's the will of the people.
Right.
And this is why I want to get a...
But I think there is will of the people. It's just the resources aren't... Like, there aren't people out there policing. So what are you going to do? Are you going to take people down there and police it yourself?
So what I'm wanting to do, and I'm amazed just how keen so many people are to do this. I've even had people saying, look, I can't do this, but like I'm good at admin, so I'd happily do like an admin role, or I can't do this, but I'd love to do that. So many people are wanting to get involved by basically having a neighbor. I want a neighborhood watch scheme. This is how simple it is. Yeah. I just want people who are willing to stay in northern France, whether it's for a day, 3 days, week, month, just a constant rotation of people who are willing to just go and be dotted along the French shore. They see the boat, make the call, it's here, get the police to come out.
Get the yellow vest on.
Almost like a yellow vest sort of scheme, yeah. And, it's the only way, it seems to be the only way that it can be stopped.
I love it. So what's your second video here? If Samson can press it for us, please. I'm having technical difficulties today.
Since the government has pledged to stop the boats since 2018, there have been multiple schemes to supposedly do so. All whilst over 134,000 migrants have successfully made the crossing, and that number continues to grow. The schemes range from the UK-France Joint Action Plan in 2019 to the first Rwanda flight in 2022, all the way to the Illegal Immigration Act in July 2023. However, nothing appears to have deterred or stopped the boats.
So, I mean, that's an incredible number. That's far too many. And
that's bigger than Watford.
Yeah.
134,000 is bigger than Watford. It's bigger than the city of Bath.
That is just... We can't do anything about it. Or we're not doing anything about it, but we can do something about it, is the message that you're here to tell us.
Exactly, and we can. And there is a will from the people that want to do this now. I've been in a couple of spaces on Twitter since, and there's been people saying I've been like perplexed as to not knowing what I can do, if there's anything I can do. And I saw this and I went, and they said it just resonated. It's like, this shows me there's something I can do. I want to get involved.
So you need a name for this project so people can sign up to become like border guards or something. I don't know.
Well, do you know what? I've been trying to think of some good names, but everything I think of, I think, oh, that's going to get me thrown in jail, innit?
They're the best ones. What have you got?
Well, I wanted to try and change the name of the Border Force to Border Farce, and we could be the Border Force. Yeah. But I think anything that kind of remotely sounds good, it makes me think, that's where they'll nick me.
You need some new Knights Templars or something.
So who is crossing?
Here's your third video.
Calais Crusaders,
Yes. Take the crusade out to Calais. I love it.
The channel in small boats. According to the ONS, in the year ending June 2024, Afghans were the top nationality crossing the channel, making up just under a fifth of all small boat arrivals. Iranians with 13% were in second place, followed by the arrivals from Vietnam and Turkey, both on 10%, which could explain the massive increase in high street Turkish barbers, which often sit empty. About 83% of small boat arrivals in the 12 months to June 2024 were male, and where age was recorded, more than 40% were between the ages of 25 and 39 years old. The question many are asking is, why are Afghans crossing illegally to claim asylum when there is a very clear legal pathway for Afghans through Operation Lazarite to come to the safe shores of Great Britain?
Why indeed? Do we speculate on why?
Money, 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 money,
so
money.
So who is crossing the channel?
And I note that pretty much all of those demographics are from predominantly Islamic countries as well, which is clearly a conflict of interest because they have contradicting values to our own. And we're seeing the massive increase in crime, from knife crime to, machetes, to rape of young women, and it's directly correlative to this.
Exactly that, wherever the migrants go, crime follows as well. I think that's one of the things the police in France have kind of a kind of a lower level of come to realise, they used to just be thinking like, just let them go through. The gendarmerie have been filmed escorting them to the shore before because they think they don't want to be here. Just let them become England's problem. Whereas I think what they've realised now is we've been doing that for years, and more keep coming through.
Yeah.
And it is now affecting us as well. So I think they've realised we've got to stop the boats.
Yeah.
Because that stops them wanting to come here in the first place. Which is where I think people, some of the police officers I was speaking to on the day, I was sat in the back of a police car, and one of them goes, "Je n'aime pas les migrants." I don't like the migrant. And the other coppers all went, "Yeah, we don't like them." Even the people,
they're destroying their country as well as they're destroying.
They are destroying their country, yeah, and everyone in Europe now sees it. We've got the AfD, Alternative Deutschland, winning huge numbers in Germany. The problem is the political classes that actually control all this, they don't want to change it. It's down to us, unfortunately. So if they were paying for it,
if you do this, if you get volunteers out there on the shores manning the border, essentially, are you at risk?
Probably. I mean, I think I was stupid enough to take my car out there in the first place. They've probably already taken down my reg and all that, and I think if I was there another day, I wouldn't be surprised if they probably, burnt out my car, because I was going around there for hours the night before and that morning, and people must have gone, I keep seeing that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it probably maybe would target me, but you know what? Don't care anymore.
Good job.
My country's lost.
It is.
And we're currently in a position of, we are buggered if we do nothing. We might be buggered if we do something. So I'm going to go down the might any day of the week.
I've been saying for so long we have no democratic means of turning things around, but you're providing an active means that people can partake in.
That is completely legal, and that's the thing, So I don't want to be taking over football hooligans.
Right.
I think they've got their place in this in this battle, but for this particular job, I just want people that are calm, level-headed, willing to get up early in the morning, and happy just to be there, literally just to phone the police, because it has to be done right, and if we can do it right long enough, could, pardon the pun, turn the tide.
I tend to agree. Where can people go if they want to find out more and get involved?
Well, I've been getting people message me on Twitter. I've been getting people emailing me through the website, callumsmilesmedia.com. I mean, if you are interested, or if there's, even if you can't go to Francis to do something there, but you want to have some form of input, where there's some admin support you can do, get in touch. I mean, it's early days planning, and it's a bit of a rushed operation at the moment. Like, I'm trying to put this all together as just me at the moment. The more that can help, the better, and hopefully we can have some important meetings soon where I can get this funded, get this on its feet, and in France.
I hope that happens. I happen to know the chap who's interested in funding, so I'll put in a good word. It needs to happen. Thank you for watching my Common Sense Crusade. If you'd like to watch the whole show, you can subscribe to lotuseaters.com for as little as £5 per month, and then you get access to a bank of content as well. My show is 3 p.m. every Thursday. See you there. Thwart.